Okay guys, we have put another weekend in. You see there's 10 down there. There's 10 above me. We have 10 on this corner now. Mostly. Running out of good pieces, so I had to use some older pieces. And I'm actually out of screws. Otherwise, I would have that corner right there covered. I can't believe that I've run out of screws. But out of screws, so we're gonna have to come back and do that this coming weekend. But look at us. We're completely covered. Now, complete, we still have the ridge caps put on. We have to install those. We're gonna dress that up and make it look pretty so it's not just an open wide gash there. But we've got a covered porch.
So neat to see it like this. Just complete shade all the way around. Very nice.
See what you did back here near the outhouse. Now this really is the first time you'll be able to see this outhouse from the porch.
It looks a little ugly right now, but we kind of have big plans for this to kind of create a privacy wall in a way. Just kind of separate the outhouse a little bit. What I've done is just shaped up this field hedge and kind of like a little bit of a hoop here.
You see kind of the beginning of an arch here.
The arch, that's what I'm trying to say. We're going to plant ivy down at the bottom of these. And the ivy will crawl its way up, fill in all these gaps, so it'll be just a big, thick wall of ivy eventually. And yeah, so it'll just kind of section this off. What'll be neat though is you'll have ivy going across this hoop. We'll plant another one at the base of this, hopefully connecting these. So it'll be ivy, ivy, and hopefully ivy on this one too. So it'll just be a complete wall of ivy. It'll look really neat. That real dark ivy, yeah, it'll just be a really neat spot. We'll tear some of that privet on the opposite side down and probably move the deodar cedar back to that section and then plant one of our blue spruces at that corner. So we have a blue spruce, a deodar, and then maybe another blue spruce over here. And we'll still have another blue spruce that we have to find somewhere to put, but we'll worry about that when it's time to do that.
We're going to put it somewhere prominent so when we come to the cabin,
Yes,
it'll be easily visible.
that's right. Maybe even up that corner.
Maybe, yeah, maybe even this corner. Maybe on the eastern corner. Well, this is a pretty big milestone for us. We have the porch covered. Still have some things to do. I's to dot, T's to cross. But this is the most rain protection this porch has had since we started construction on this. And I'm pretty stoked about it. This is neat.
See birds flying over.
Yeah, birds. There. Yeah, check that out. They love this little spot.
I saw our lizards.
The skinks?
Yep.
Okay. Did you see the big one?
No, it was one of the female ones.
One of the small, the 5-line skink? Okay. So like I said, we've got a skink out here that's, I mean, like I said, that guy, he's about 8 inches long. He's pretty big. And we were wondering if we killed them by accident using the torch to try and burn some of the wood and to get rid of some of the weeds that were growing right up under the porch here. Because at the time, this was still getting sunlight. So some of the grass and things like that were growing up just beneath the planks here. So we're using the torch to burn those out. And we hadn't seen our skinks in a while. And they usually kind of come out and check us out. I'm looking down there for them now. But if you did see the female, then we're most likely okay.
See the bird on top of the chimney now? It's on the other side.
On the other side?
It's the same one.
They're going to be nests everywhere up here. But you know, like there is. Or
Got
she.
something in his mouth.
Yeah. Cricket or something. Maybe a worm. So we're going to put bird feeders out here. We're going to really try to make this kind of a, I don't know, Just
a paradise.
Yeah.
Like a little haven.
Just a little, yeah.
For all the wildlife.
Our little haven out here. Look at this beautiful porch. Now we have decided to try and use used motor oil and diesel fuel to protect these planks with. We looked at the prices of the deck oil and things like that in Lowe's, and a family friend of ours had brought up the idea of using motor oil to do this. And really, and that would be motor oil coming out of the tractors that are taking care of the land here. So there's always plenty of that. So we have an endless supply of that almost. Yep. So I think that's what we're going to do with the porch here.
And watching some YouTube, we were able to see that using the diesel fuel, we can mix it right to kind of achieve the color we want. So I think this is going to work out pretty good on this. And again, pretty much free. All we have to do is buy, like a gallon of diesel
Maybe
fuel?
that gallon of diesel fuel, yeah.
I mean, and that'll be nothing. So, yeah. And that'll coat this entire place. And me and Dad had talked, depending on how it looks, we might even go at the cabin with it.
We're thinking about it because, we never were 100% happy with how we had the logs look with the timber oil, because through our lack of experience, we simply didn't mix it right. And a lot of the pigment ended up settling back in the bottom of our bucket. We just didn't know. So we ended up with really dark, light logs at the top, and really, you can see here, kind of lighter logs at the top. But as we got down to the bottom, they started turning black. And it's not as evident on this side as it is on the other side. The other side actually looks like there was a house fire there.
Yeah, literally.
So we're thinking about just completely stripping this, all sides. And now that we're under the cover of a porch, we can do this on, really pretty much any time. But we're thinking about just stripping the whole thing. And if we're happy with the way the deck turns out with the motor oil and diesel fuel, that's what we're going to do with these. Now, question we get asked quite often, these logs here. Sorry, bud. These logs here. Now, once we're kind of finished with the construction and we're happy with the way things look, we're going to trim these off so they're all nice and neat and even looking. Right now, they're just kind of how we left them as we built the cabin. So that's going to kind of take care of this. We're going to seal the ends back up and do that to all four corners. And then we actually get to start doing more window trim, door trim, inside trim. Yep. Oh man, fun stuff. And then we finally get rid of some of the construction debris. There's still a lot of stuff to get rid of, but that's minor stuff. That's well, you can really see the outhouse through there now. So that's another big thing we're going to be getting on to hopefully this coming weekend, and we'll see about that. I always love it when it's cloudy out here.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us on this pretty quick episode of the cabin. Didn't get a ton of work done this weekend. That's another thing I feel like we say a million times. We never get as much done as we want to. But, hey, what work we got done, we're glad we were able to come out and do it. Hope you have a great day wherever you are. And as always, may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. And God bless.